Well, welcome back to Talkin Schmitt, you guys. I'm your host, Brittany Schmitt. Biggie Smalls is chiming in the background. Hi, hello. Hi, besties. What's going on? Oh my God, Biggie, he's so vocal. Yeah? You want to say hi to all the besties? You want to come say hi? Want to come hang out? You protecting our house? You protecting our house because you're a very good boy. Oh my gosh. Hi, besties. How are you? What's going on? You probably noticed I'm still in the interrogation lighting. I ordered the parts to fix the problem last week, and then they got ruined when Amazon delivered them. And you know, that's just how everything's going. How is it March? How is it March, you guys? It feels like 1998. It feels like the turn of the millennium, like I'm burying a fucking time capsule in my backyard under the dirt, so when the aliens find it, they know that I fucking liked NSYNC, okay? I don't know what's going on with time. It's not real. It feels like yesterday was November. I'm very confused. I hate it here. Hi. Me and my mental illness are here checking in on you. What's been going on with me? All right, you guys, I really want to tell you the tea. I really want to tell you the tea about everything that's been going on. But I might have to be quiet, and that's a really bad place to be in. And I don't know if there's anything I could have done to you that's more violent than say I have fucking gossip for you and then not tell you. That is an act of violence, and I'm sorry you guys did not deserve that on this Monday morning. Mondays are hard enough as is, and now you feel left out. Here's the thing. I might tell you later. I might dish later. But I just have hot fucking tea, you guys. Scalding. I don't like having to exercise keeping my mouth shut either, because that's just like... It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to yap, you know. Anyway, I'm in Palm Beach. I am still trying to get acclimated. I obviously lost my iron in the move somewhere because this fucking shirt looks like a crumpled up love letter that I was like rewriting 10 times to like some toxic guy 3 years ago. Oh, dear diary. Okay, this is not going well. This isn't going well. Everyone else realize this isn't going well? I'm going to have a fucking stroke. Anyway, I lost my iron and my sanity in this move, but that's okay because we're here together. You guys have been sending me so many wonderful messages. Thank you so much. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Like all those little messages keep me going, you know? They really do. I am so unbelievably sore right now, you guys. I did a Pilates class for the first time ever, and oh my God, I worked muscles I didn't know I had. I can't lift my stomach to get out of bed in the morning. I didn't know that deep of a core existed. I feel like I worked out like the center of the fucking earth in my body. I didn't even know it went that deep. I just didn't even know. And now I'm just really sore and I'm tired and this podcast isn't making a ton of sense, but that's okay. That's okay. We're all along for the journey. I went to this Pilates class in West Palm Beach. Listen, it really makes you work really, really deep muscles. And maybe I took a cleanse pill the night before. And then maybe when I was on the reformer, I farted. Allegedly. Cannot be confirmed or denied. I farted so loud, and this girl next to me, so I went with my new friend here, and I thought she heard, and then I looked over, and she just kind of like gave me a look, and I was like, oh no, she's mad at me because I farted in this class. And then I looked at the girl next to me. She was a big bitch, okay? She was a big boned Sally, and that's good. She's at Pilates. She's doing the damn thing. I'm not judging her. Big bitch gave me the evilest of evil eyes. She glared at me. And I know why she was so mad. She was so mad because I did it, and she knew I did it, and everyone was going to think it was her. But it was me. I'm here to say it was me. And I'm not sorry. There's too much stress in the world. We're expected to hold our farts in. Like, it's just the world is hard enough as is. And then there's air trying to leave our body out our ass. And we're supposed to clench so hard we don't let it out. I don't have that tight of a grip on anything in my life. You think I have that tight of a grip on my asshole? You're out of your fucking mind. I'm doing my best to keep my emotions inside of me, okay? I'm doing my best to tuck in the fucking crazy with Mr. Manhattan and not let him know that he's dating a three-headed fucking monster, okay? I can't also be expected to keep my bodily fucking gases within me. It's too much. It's too much pressure. A girl can only take so much. I'm going to fucking snap. Anyway, Palm Beach is going great. I will say, I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. I feel like I'm on planet inflation. This is the most expensive city I've ever been in my entire life. I don't know what's going on here. I asked my friend, I was like, I need a blowout or I'm going to blow my fucking brains out. And she was like, here's a girl. She's amazing. Da, da, da. I go to book it. $95. $95 to blow dry my hair, my 14 hairs. I laughed. I was just like, do you want to shit in my fucking mouth? Like, what is going on in this place? Why is everything so expensive? Does everyone really have that much money? I'm befuddled. I'm literally going to fly back to LA. I'm going to fly back to LA to go get a blowout and a spray tan because this town's filled with crooks. They're holding me hostage at fucking gunpoint. Speaking of crooks, my designers. Oh, I'm just going to let you in high line so you guys can like understand why I've been so fucking angry about this. Why it's sitting so deep within my soul. I didn't think they stole from us. I really didn't think so. I really just thought, hey, we don't like the 2 couches you put in our house. Give us the receipts. And then they got really defensive. And they're like, did you not think that we fucking actually spent the money? And I was like, why are you reacting like that? We're just saying we don't like it. Design is the most subjective thing in the planet. You surely must have had somebody tell you before in the past that they don't like the work that you've done. And then you have like a normal business reaction to that. They got so defensive and so angry. And so like, and another thing. They threw everything they've ever done for me as friends in my face. And I'm like, why are we bringing this shit up? Like, I'm so actually genuinely confused. Like, what's going on? We just don't like the fuddy-duddy fucking furniture you put in our apartment. That's all. We're just trying to unclutter our fucking Sims house because you guys got in here and just like regurgitated Ashley showroom furniture all over the floor. And we just want to undo the shit you guys did. They got very nasty. Very, very nasty. And I was confused, and I had to get past my feelings being hurt, obviously, because I'm a fucking human being. And they threw everything they ever did for me as friends in my face. And I was like, wait a minute, have you guys just been like waiting the entire time we've been friends to like throw this shit in my face? They refused to give us the receipts, which I thought was odd. So when I started a dispute on the charge. And when I was doing that, I found some egregious differences in prices. Like they tried to say this sheepskin that's in our apartment was $211. It's a fake fucking sheepskin from Amazon. I found it in 2 seconds. It was $56. I was like, interesting. And my mind still did not go to worst case scenario because I'm still giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I still just want them to send me the receipts. And the whole time I'm holding out hope that my fucking fake friends did not rob me and my boyfriend the second we came to Palm Beach. So I just started the chase dispute and we're going back and forth on email. And then they said, we're not giving you receipts, but here's money back. I'm not going to say what amount of money. It's 1/4 of what they spent. And I was like, why would they do that instead of just giving us receipts? This isn't making sense. And then I fucking got a rage in my belly. I got a rage. I was like, these fuckers robbed us. I've pulled off every fucking SKU number off every piece of furniture in this apartment. And I called and I went into the furniture stores and I said, how much does this cost? When I say they inflated everything by 40 to 50%, every single thing. I can't be sure they didn't steal more because there were some things like from Home Goods and shit. I'm not going to Home Goods, but we can assume that your tchotchkes you got from Home Goods weren't $700. The one that like made me, they tried to charge us $700 for rug pads. I went berserk, bitches. I went nuts. I'm like, first of all, who the fuck do you think you're? I'm Nancy fucking Drew on this bitch. I don't have anything else to do. You're not dealing with some desperate housewife who's like got all the money in the world. Like the amount of money we spent is very substantial for both of us. It's a lot of money. a lot. Like, let's just say it's a lot of fucking money. That's how much we gave them. And they gave us 2 fuddy-duddy fucking couches and tried to lie to us about what they did. And here's the thing. I should have known from the start something was off, because the girl who's in charge of design, not going to say names because I'm being as nice as I fucking can, she sent us one nasty fucking email when we said, we just want receipts. Like, the email that came from Mr. Manhattan wasn't even mean. It's just like, we don't like it. That's subjective. That's our call. We cannot like it. Also, design is probably the most subjective thing in the planet. It is within our right to not like what you did to our house, but objectively, when you're looking around this apartment and you know what furniture I brought from LA, which is half of it, and then what furniture got put in here, you're like, where did the money go? Where did the fucking money go? And then they came back with more money. And they said, we just want to handle this privately. I'll suck my fucking whole entire dick and my ass while you're down there. Fucking suck it. Like, I'm not a nasty bitch. I'm a pretty reasonable bitch. This whole time I wanted to be like, my friends didn't fucking just rob us blind. I would have rather been robbed at fucking gunpoint, because I would never have had that much money on my person. I would have never had that much money on me. Nobody would have ever taken that much money. And the trauma, I can take the fucking trauma of a gun being held up against my head. You don't think I would have done that to myself? Oh, I'm just kidding. I haven't. But, like, you guys. So I just want you guys to understand why I'm so fucking worked up about it. We're still not done with it. And even had they fucked this project up royally, which they did, I would have still recommended them to friends because I still thought they were great. But now that I know they're crooks, that's a different fucking story. The worst part about it is when I told all of my friends, nobody was surprised. Literally, I would say the worst part is there's this one friend of mine who I really respect her taste. I called her and I told her everything, and she was like, ugh, I always thought they were tacky. Because I don't have taste. That's the other thing. I don't have great taste. Like, I need help in that area of my life. Like with wardrobe, obviously, look at me. I look like I just stole this off of a fucking, I don't know, where you would find a crumpled up shirt, like under a fucking, like this is an unhoused person's pillowcase that I'm wearing right now. Like I do not have, there are things I have, and there are things I'm good at, and there are things I'm not good at. And one of the things I'm not good at is style, and like personal style and interior design. I need help with it. And it doesn't really matter what my friends thought about their work the previous 2 jobs, because I genuinely liked it and they made my home feel really great. So I will say that, like, I genuinely liked it. But it is hard to hear that you you have friends who thought they were fucking tacky the whole time. That's tough. And like just everyone's feedback of this place was like, it's fuddy-duddy. It looks like millennial cringe. It's, you know, they put so many plants in here. One of Mr. Manhattan's friends was like, Tarzan decorated. It looks crazy. So anyway, we're dealing with that. That saga will be done. I promise you by next podcast. I'm not going to be talking about this until the fucking end of my life. I really honestly don't care that much. Like I did care. It was like I said, the OCD thinking was like spinning me out and ruining my fucking mind. And then I went to an energy healer, and this was funny. I went down to this energy healer in Boca, and she works on the 7th dimension, which, like, for those of you who don't know, we're existing on the 3rd dimension. So we're in 3D. There's many other dimensions that exist. There's many other realms, and she can get to the higher up, which is the subconscious. And she was working on the 7th dimension. And I came in and I was a woman on the edge. Her office is in Boca. I accidentally drove to Fort Lauderdale first. I drove to a Fort Lauderdale Ferrari dealership, and I was like, what is the Lord trying to tell me right now? Should I just spend every single penny I have and then a little more than I have on a Ferrari right now? Like, is that what I should do? Or what is the good Lord telling me, you know? And here's what the good Lord was telling me. Turn your ass around and go to Boca. He said, be a little more diligent when you're putting addresses in. You knew you were going to Boca Raton. Why'd you go to Fort Lauderdale, you dumb bitch? I didn't realize they were so close. One's 25 minutes away, one's 40. I drove 40. I was like, wow. I didn't take it that well. I called the woman and I was like, I'm so fragile right now. I was so looking forward to the energy healing. I didn't want our session to be interrupted, and now I had to drive back, and my car was running out of battery, and it was just like I mentally am like, I have not been doing the best. And she was like, it's okay, honey. Just like take some breaths. Box breathing. She reminded me of box breathing. And for those of you who don't know what box breathing is, here's your reminder. when you're stressed to fuck and everything feels like it's falling apart and you feel like you can't breathe and you're crying in your fucking Tesla in a Ferrari dealership where everyone's looking at you like, what is this poor person in a Tesla doing here? Just 4 breaths in. Hold for 4. 4 breaths out. And you do that until your central nervous system settles the fuck down, till it starts cooperating and behaving. And I did that and I drove back up and I was like, all right, whatever. And then by the grace of God, her next client canceled. And I was like, would you look at God? So we went and we did energy work. I got there at 1:11. I did not leave until 4:09. She put me under a trance and worked out. I immediately started talking about the designers. I was like, they fucking robbed us. They were supposed to be my friends. I feel so betrayed. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm so angry. I want to fucking slit their throats and drink their blood. And she's like, okay, honey, let's breathe. We're going to get you under a little trance here. And we did a bunch of healing and a bunch of energy work. And she magically moved things around within me. And the OCD thinking after that day stopped. Do I still believe what they did is unjust and shitty? I sure do, but it's not possessing me. I don't fucking care. Here's what I know to be true. I know for sure and for certain that karma is a bigger bitch than I could ever be. So what they did to me and the money they stole from us, karma doesn't miss a fucking doorstep. That energy's coming back. Okay. And the whole way it was handled was unprofessional and lame, but like whatever, that's your karma. You want to run your business that way? Enjoy running it into the fucking ground, bitch. Like I don't care. I don't care. But energy work is so special, and I feel like I have been pointed in the right direction. It's so funny to like go on a rant, be like, and then be like, anyway, energy work is great and special. Like I understand the juxtaposition that lies within me. Okay, I understand. I am equal parts fucking crazy and malicious, and also like healed and doing my best. So, here's the thing: karma hasn't missed a doorstep for me either. Okay. I'm just not saying that to the people I don't like. I'm saying it because I know it to be true, because it has hit me in the fucking face. Getting hit with karma is like getting hit in the face with a fucking frying pan. Okay? Doesn't feel great. But you deserve it. And you deserve it, and you got to learn somehow. And that's it's all just energy. It's all energy, baby. It's all energy. It all comes back. That's the thing. It all comes out in the fucking wash. So I'm just in the give it to God part of my meltdown. Okay, I'm in the hand it over. We can't take this with us. We can't take this with us through March. Okay, March doesn't want February's problems. And that's the truth. Sometimes you just gotta know when a problem isn't serving you. It's like anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, right? I just had to stop drinking the poison, because every day, if I chose to, I could wake up and I could live in that fucking rage. I could live in that rage. But I don't want to. You guys, our sponsor this week, as always, is Berber Hair Oil. Berber Hair Oil has changed my relationship with my hair. It went from a hate to a love relationship. And do I have all my hair back? No, I don't. But will I get it back? Yes, and more after using Berber I'm probably honestly going to have to use it for 18 months to get all my hair back. But that's okay, because they did a real fucking chop job on the fucking hair. So it takes time to get it back. But if you guys use Berber oil, it's burdock oil. I've been using it twice a week. I do my hair oil treatments twice a week. It feels like self-care. It feels like an act of love to myself. And I want you all to reward yourself with an act of love to yourself, whether it's with hair oil or with anything else that makes you happy, brings you joy, etc., etc. Let's make sure we're carving out time in our week to make ourselves feel better about being alive, about spinning on this fucking planet, which is quite apparently becoming a hellscape because the people here don't know how to fucking act. Go to Berber.com, BUR.com. Use my code Britt for 15% off your first order. Grow your hair back. Thank me later. I love you so much. Okay, bye. Speaking of living in rage, here's something I do want to talk about. And like I said in the last episode, I do not talk about politics ever, because I think it's divisive and I think it's lame. And I think what I really do want to say about what's going on with the Epstein files and everything that's coming out is, if you are still fighting battles that are left versus right, if you are still fighting battles that are so clearly being implanted in your brains by the people that are actually running the show to distract you from what's going on, maybe don't. Maybe take a step back. Like, I cannot believe, and this is going to be old news by the time this comes out, that people are mad at the men's hockey team. The U.S. men's. First of all, they've got 2 brain cells between the 14 of them. All right? They don't have a ton of logic and critical thinking. They barely have fucking teeth. People getting mad at them for partying with Kash Patel or Donald Trump. Who fucking cares? That is not what our lifeblood is made for. We are not made to be so riled up about people who don't give a fuck about us at all. None of those people care about us. The men's hockey team doesn't care about us. The president of the United States doesn't care about us. Nobody cares about us. And that has been made abundantly clear through the Epstein files. And if you guys can't wrap your fucking heads around that, I don't know what to tell you. But I do believe in my heart that politics is just a way to divide us. And it's a way to keep the people at the bottom apart so we never get strong enough to overthrow the ones at the top. Because if we did, God forbid, ever unite on this, which we should be doing right now, all of our blood should be fucking boiling with rage that they were going to an island and abusing young children, and like, if something happened to them, throwing them out a chute door to the sea. We should all be so incensed we can't fucking see straight. Our vision should be fucking blurred by how angry we are that every person at the top, no matter what level they are and no matter what side they are partaking in cruel, and whether it's ritual sacrifice or whatever it is, all the shit of the people that were conspiracy theorists and crazy and batshit years ago it's becoming true. It's not becoming true. It is true. It has been true the whole time. The fucking lid popped off the cookie jar. Okay. And I think we need to get mad, not at each other. I don't think the left and the right need to still keep getting mad at each other, because I think what should be abundantly clear is that these people don't give a fuck about us at all. And if you're going to fight with the people that do love you, the people in your family, your friends, your community at large, if you're going to fight with them about politics, then you are just staying at a low vibration in this like angry cesspool, like where they want you to be. Because if you're so fired up getting mad at each other, we're never going to be able to unite and seek justice. And that's what we should be doing right now. Like, I think things are specifically implanted in our mind as a generation to distract us from what's really going on. Like when the pandemic was going on and then the BLM riots happened, that's not a coincidence. These people planned the fucking pandemic, and the BLM riots were just a way to distract us. They planted something that would make us so enraged that we would forget there was a pandemic and go march in the streets. And you guys are getting so fucking mad. You're going to Michael's and you're buying signs and you're doing crafts because you're so fucking angry. And you're like, I'm going to go stomp out in the fucking sun when my sweat's rolling down my, and meanwhile, nobody's paying attention to the fact that there's a global pandemic that was planted in our society to destabilize us. And I don't know what's really going on. I don't know what's really going on at the top. But if you use an iota of logic and you look at everything just plainly, I think you can see that the people you're voting for don't care about you. And it does not matter on which side. I don't think any of them give a fuck about us. This is not me making a political statement. This is me making a statement about humanity. I think as humans, we need to be protecting our babies and our animals, and because they're innocent. And if we don't protect them, nobody will. And I actually want to cry about this because they're kids and they're being abused. And we're still getting mad at the left and the right when Bill Clinton is testifying and looking at pictures and smirking and smiling like a fucking dog, pig, satanic fucking creature that he is. And he's making a mockery of us. And whatever Trump's involvement is, that'll come to light too. I feel like I'm gonna fucking barf. I'm so angry right now. They're all involved and they're all bad. And I think what needs to happen is the French Revolution. I think we need to have a let them eat cake moment where someone just says one thing that makes us so mad that we start hanging them. We need to bring the guillotine. Is it guillotine? Guillotine. We need to bring the guillotine back. and we need to hang these motherfuckers in a town square. I do not think there is any justice that comes from throwing them in jail, making them pay a fine. That's not justice. Justice is death. And I hate to say that because I am somebody who is a big proponent in forgiveness and forgiving people for their sins. But I think sins at this level, this atrocity, this, I don't know. I honestly, I feel like I made myself sick. I worked myself into a tizzy talking about this. Yeah, we gotta shoot him at point blank range. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, there's no other solution here. It's not, justice will never be served unless the people that are doing this are eliminated. And I just don't know how else to say that. I honestly just made myself sick. I have like a headache and I feel like I'm going to puke. I don't know, you guys. I want this podcast to be funny and light and like for us to kiki, and like the world is so scary and horrible as it is. And now we're at fucking war. Nobody wanted to go to war. We don't have, what are we going to just, aren't we already in trillions of dollars of debt? Is anything real? Is anything real? Like, China will happily sit back and watch us bleed ourselves out at another war in the Middle East. What is this for? Oil? Okay. All right. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Everything feels scary. And I didn't want this podcast to be this way. I really was like, I'm going to talk about how I farted in Pilates. And like, maybe I'll talk about like, I just, a demon took over me. And it's the one that needed to speak truth and hasn't been for a long time. I think that's why I just had a physical reaction to it. Because here's the deal, you guys. The truth is really fucking uncomfortable, but I think we got to rise up. I think we got to fucking rise up. I hate to say it. I hate to be the one that says it. Listen, I'm not a fucking political podcast. I'll leave it to Tim Dillon. But at the end of the day, I just feel really disheartened, and I feel like lost and upset and sad, and everything that I believed in my bones to be true is true. And that fucking sucks. But anyway, we'll move on because I can't even do that. I'll make myself more sick. I started reading, and I haven't finished, so I'll let you know if it's a book worth reading, but I started reading a book called How to Hold a Cockroach. And the subtitle of the book is For People Who Are Free and Don't Even Know It. And when I was getting into the book about how to hold a cockroach, it basically is talking about how so many of the fears that we have adopted from other people, and we don't know why. And so it's this story about this little boy who saw a cockroach, and he got really scared, and he had this really big reaction, and just like a ton of fear, and was like trying to shoo it away. And then he sat down and he thought, like, wait, why am I so scared of this cockroach? They don't bite. It's not going to hurt me. And it's gross, but beyond that, like, it's not that scary. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember when I was little, I saw my mom have a really big reaction to seeing a cockroach, and she got so scared. And so I immediately from that day forward decided that cockroaches were scary. And if I ever saw one, I would be afraid when I responded, when I reacted to it. So it's kind of like the conscious undoing of the belief systems that we have and what we're afraid of, and making sure that we're actually afraid of them. And we didn't absorb that from somebody that we love, like a parent, or somebody close to us, like a friend. And I used to do this. I know that I used to do this. I remember my friend Kate from high school, like my best friend from high school. She would always say she hated Irish accents. She didn't like Irish accents. And then all of a sudden, when I heard an Irish accent, I was like, I don't fucking like that. And then I, like, years later was like, why do I not like it? And I was like, oh yeah, Kate said that. And I just like adopted it so quickly because I respected her and I adored her and I wanted to be like her. So I didn't like Irish accents. And then I just heard an Irish person talk and I was like, can I understand you? Not totally. But do I dislike your accent? No, I think it's charming and cute. And so there is a conscious unbelieving of the things that we've taught ourselves, right? Like belief systems are instilled in us from such a young age. And, we have to make sure they're our own. We have to make sure that we've actually experienced something that wow, my brain just went blank. We experienced something that I'm looking for a word. I'm searching for it and I can't find it. That makes our reaction to something appropriate or warranted, right? Because if we're just responding to something because our mom was afraid of something, then we never have the experience to learn whether or not we're afraid of it. We just assume that we're afraid of it, and then we live our lives that way, and then we never have any real information about how we feel about things. And here's the other thing. Fuck cockroaches, right? Like fuck a cockroach. I fucking hate cockroaches. When I lived in Venice Beach, we had this beautiful condo on the beach, but cockroaches are water bugs. So they will come, they'll come up drains and into apartments that way. And it's not great. And I remember one time I was on the phone and I was talking to somebody. I don't know who it was. It was after I got back from one of my Paris trips, and I was doing laundry and I was digging through the laundry basket, and I was on the phone and I was like, yeah, I really just want to get a flat in Paris. Like my heart belongs there. And as I reached in, this cockroach crawled up my fucking arm and I was like, ah! And I like freaked the fuck out because fuck a cockroach. I will stand by that. Cockroaches are scary and I don't like the way they look, and I don't like the way how they're so fast. I don't like hunting I don't like them, and I don't mind bugs. Like when I was a kid, I would always, if there was a spider in the house, I would be the first person to go get it. If there was a bug that needed to get let out into the yard, I would go do it. Like I don't mind bugs. They don't generally freak me out. Like obviously if a spider is crawling across my face in the middle of the night, I will freak the fuck out. But like I don't see a spider and go like I grew up in a fucking barn. Like I'm not afraid of spiders. I spent my summers baling hay. Okay, I had bugs crawling all over me all the time, and then my mom fucking yelling at me, work harder, faster, like child labor shit. It was like crazy, like 80-degree summers in Wisconsin. My mom would just be breathing down my neck. Why are you so slow? Why are you so weak? And I'm like, all right, mommy's got issues, Anyway, I'm not afraid of bugs, but cockroaches, they're a little too fast. That's the thing. They're a little too fast. If a bug's too fast, I don't like it. I don't like being outrun by a bug. All right. I don't even like when Biggie outruns me because I'm like, hey, who you showing off for, mister? So anyway, no, don't love a cockroach, especially not when it's crawling up my arm. Fuck that. But I think that was God's way of humbling me in that moment. It's the good old humble yourself or God will do it for you, because I was like, I want to get a flat in Paris, and I just and God's like, really, a flat in Paris? But you have cockroaches crawling up your arm in Venice Beach. Focus on what's right in front of you. You can't afford a flat in Paris, all right? You can't afford a flat in Paris, bitch. You have a cockroach in your armpit. And in that moment, that thought just flew out of my head. I don't deserve a fucking flat in Paris right now. I have a cockroach in my mouth. Okay. So anyway, I'll let you know if How to Hold a Cockroach is a book worth reading. But from the little I read of it, I'm excited. The other book I'm about to jump into is Rick Rubin's book on living a creative life, which I'm very excited about because he's obviously a genius and he's so cool. Can you imagine just being as cool as Rick Rubin? Just being as certain in your fucking decisions and your life and your inner voice. He seems like the kind of guy that doesn't have a phone, or if he does, he leaves it in the other room and he just like uses it to call people into the studio. He just seems so fucking cool. He seems so cool. He seems so tapped into source. He meditates all the time. He obviously is just like a brilliant producer. If you don't know who Rick Rubin is, look him up. Because he's a genius, and I'm excited to read that book. You guys wanted me to tell you what books I'm reading or about to read, or what books we should read. So I am. Another thing I might be doing is starting The Artist Way again, which is a 9-week course on recovering your inner artist. It's a course for creativity. And I was thinking, since we do this podcast weekly, we could do, if anyone is interested, leave it in the comments or DM me. Let me know if you would like to do this together, because there is a portion where you like workshop, and at the end you share what you did for the week and the goals you accomplished and the creative things you did. And there's something called Artist Date. An artist date is where you take yourself on a date to feed your inner artist. So it's like you can go on a solo date to the movies, or you can buy paint supplies at the store and paint, or whatever lights up your inner artist, you do that. And then we can report back and I can be like, I did this. What did you guys do? And what we could do is, if everyone doesn't want to do it together, I could just do that at the very end. That could be like the cap of the podcast. So show of hands in the comments. Let me know who wants to do the artist way with me, because I'm lonely and I'm bored and I need you guys because you're my only friends. Okay. I'm doing my best to make friends here, but I have to be careful. Because like I said, in the past, I get so intoxicated and excited by female friendships because I didn't have any growing up and it's all I ever wanted, that every once in a while I let them in and then I'm like, oops, you're showing me things that I don't like and now I'm so far in I can't get out and I can't leave and I'm stuck and I feel blah, 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 blah. And then I have to do something to sabotage it, or I just have to wait for it to run its course, even though I knew from fucking month 4 that it was going to fucking implode. And I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm just trying to be a little more cautious making friends. But it's okay. I'm okay. Everything's good. I think I'm going to go to New York next week. I think I'm going to go to LA next week and then New York the week after. I think that's my plan. I think I'm going to go do some podcasts in LA and do some shows. And then I'm going to go to New York. Mr. Manhattan wants to go see the family. So I think we're going to go do that. And then I think we'll come back and we'll tackle the apartment situation and the furniture and just refreshing this place and making it ours. And, you know, making everything feel like home. But I have turned a corner on Palm Beach, and living here, I don't feel completely displaced. I think having friends and meetings and workouts to go to and like just, you know, living. I started living again. That's a very important thing to do. And I would like to remind you all to do that. When you're feeling stuck, make sure you just keep going, because, you know, you can't hit a moving target. You can't. Like, if you're putting one foot in front of the other, if you're writing, if you're journaling, if you're working out, if you're moving your body, if you're going on walks, if you're drinking water, if you're doing the things for you that you know will make you feel better, you will start to feel better. It's just a matter of time. It is like you know, if you're uncomfortable right now or you're going through something hard, here's a pact I want us to make with each other. If you're going through something fucking gnarly and you are just in it and you want to be depressed and you don't want to brush your hair or your teeth or take a shower or a bath or do anything to take care of yourself, that's okay. I just want us to make a pact that you only get to do that for 2 days. Okay, you can eat like shit. You can eat a fucking pint of ice cream for every meal if you want. You can eat McDonald's. You can eat whatever in that moment will just scratch that little fucking itch, because there's a little itch. When you're like really depressed, you're like, I just want to somehow kill myself. You know, it's just like you're down there and you want to be down there, because there's something a little nice about being in pain, right? There's something a little self-masturbatory about crying. And here's the thing, crying, get it out. Cry as much as you can. I love a good cry. Sometimes I can't stop crying. Like when I first got here, I had a day where I was on a crying jag. My dad used to call it a CJ. You'd be like, get off the CJ. It's a fucking crying jag. I can't stop. I woke up and I started crying. Everything I did, I was crying. I finally pulled it together for 2 seconds to be intimate with Mr. Manhattan. And then at the end, he was like, did you come? I started crying. I came to the conclusion that I'm fucking sad and I need to up my antidepressants, okay? And also, you know when I come. We're not keeping it a secret, okay? Never since the dawn of time has any woman ever kept it. I hate that question. Didn't you come? No. I didn't fucking come. What do you mean? I don't know if I've ever come once in my life. No, I'm just kidding. But our sex life is really good. It's really fucking good. He's great in bed. Love that. But, when I'm on a CJ and I'm crying, and then later it was funny because we were talking later, maybe a day later or so, when I got my shit together, and he was saying how this move has been difficult for him too. And he's like, he was like making points, and he was like, this move is difficult for me too. I've never not lived in New York, and I love New York, and this isn't the city, and it feels so different. And also it's not great for me to have sex with you and then for you to start crying. And I'm like, well, I understand. But also in that moment, it's really nice to know he's a good man that would never do anything bad to a woman, because some guys would have no problem working through tears, like Bill Clinton, okay? Jeffrey Epstein. Those guys, bad people, demons. Let's fucking shoot them, point blank range. I've been thinking about it a lot. I haven't stopped thinking about it. When things affect you deeply, you can't help it. And here's the thing, I'm the most apathetic person on the planet. I'm so apathetic. I'm like Warren, Iran, don't care. Warren, where were we last? Turkey, don't care. I 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 can't care. I don't have the capacity to care. I cannot care. And this one, my brain got hot. My head felt like it was in a fucking vice grip. And I was like, we got we ride at fucking dawn. We gotta get rid of these hoes. Like, I don't know what else to do. Anyway, you guys, what was I saying? Crying in bed. Oh, you guys, I also cried. It was really funny. I have to up my Lexapro. It's got to go up a notch because we are struggling. I bought this really funny sex toy. Not a funny sex toy. The sex toy that I wanted to use. And every time I tried to use it, I was getting shut down. And then I just started crying. And I just had this butt plug in my hand. And I was like, why can't I use it? Mr. Manhattan's just like, you can't cry because I'm not letting you put a butt plug in my ass. And I was like, crying over butt plugs, crying over existing. I'll cry over anything. I will fucking cry. But you know what? I'm on the other side of that. I'm not crying anymore. Oh, I'm fucking pissed. No, I'm not. I'm still nothing. I'm still apathetic. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm doing my best and I'm journaling and I'm getting work done and I'm working on a project. I told you guys I'm starting that book. I started it. Whew. That's where the tears are coming from now because I've been doing an uphaul, upheaval. Is that uprooting of the soul. It is really, really unearthing some shit, going through all of my old emails, from my mom and, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough for so many reasons. It's tough because reading all of her emails now through the eyes that I have and not through the eyes of an abused child and somebody that was just so scorned and angry at her and her unwillingness to take any accountability in her hand in my upbringing and how she might have not done it the best and how she wasn't the best parent. And, I had eyes of anger, and every time you're looking, that's the thing. We're always looking at life through different eyes. And this time I'm looking at it with so much compassion and so much grief and so much sadness for that poor fucking woman, and everything she went through and everything I was not privy to. And writing this book it's an unearthing of the soul. And, I get to look at all of her emails and everything she sent me with new eyes. And I think it's good and it's bad because it's good because I can see how many times we told each other we loved each other. And I always, even if I was mad at her, even if I said, have a nice life, I would always say, love you, love you. So I did tell her I love you. And I thought I didn't. I thought maybe she didn't know, but she did know because I always told her I loved her. But what's hard about writing it, there's a lot of layers, right? Because I was just like a hurt little kid who wanted their mom to say sorry and to be accountable. And she couldn't, and she never was going to. But she also did tell me many times how much she believed in me, how much she knew. After she saw my stand-up, she was like, I always knew you were going to be a star. And, when I was young and I was hurt, and I'm saying young, like in my 20s, and I was still hurt, and I was still in my alcoholism, I couldn't see her saying, I always knew you were going to make it, and I'm so proud of you. All I saw her saying was, I always knew you were going to be a star. And in my mind, that was her taking credit for it. And her taking credit of something she didn't do and she didn't earn, and her only hand that she had in it was giving me the trauma to metabolize, to become funny enough to become a stand-up. So I was like, this is my thing. You don't get to be a part of it. But I didn't get to see a mother telling a child she's so proud and like she believed in her the whole time. I didn't see that. And there are things that I can reread with new eyes also, where she talks about, she was like, in one email, she said, I'm going to go to, sorry. Hang on. She said, I'm going to go to Al-Anon to work on the defensiveness that has ruined every single one of my relationships. And while I know now that defensiveness did not come from the alcoholics in her life, it certainly wasn't helped by the alcoholics in her life. My dad and I certainly didn't do anyone any favors. Being drunk and making her feel like she wasn't seen or heard. So this book is going to be a motherfucker to write. It really is. And I'm so excited to write it. And I cannot wait. And if for nothing else than to just have it out of my body, like I said before. But it's like, you guys, it's right here. And when I was talking to my tarot lady, she said, you need to make sure you're in therapy through this because it's going to be really traumatizing and re-traumatizing were the exact words. So I'm in therapy, and I go back and forth with not back and forth with therapy. I always do maintenance therapy. I always do once a month, but I'm in therapy right now. I need to be in therapy right now, and I think it's good for people to know when they need to be in therapy. B just really badly wanted to say hello to you guys, so hello, say hi. Hi, wave your little paw. Say hello from Palm Beach. Hi. Say hi to the besties. Say hello. I just want to be clear about something because I became clear about something the other day. So I just want to be clear about it to you guys. Every time I've heard someone say that they're a girl's girl, they're the worst person in the fucking world. So I just want to be clear that I'm not a girl's girl. I'm not. I don't like a lot of girls. I don't like a lot of these bitches. I'm going to be really fucking honest. I'm not a girl's girl. I'm not the type of girl that I'm just not the girl's girl. I'm going to tell your man if he's doing something. I'm going to tell you if your man's doing something wrong. Biggie, do you have something to say? Biggie's not a fan of girls either. Every time someone says they're a girl's girl, I'm just a girl's girl. I'm just a girl's girl. I just love the girls and I just want to hang out with the girls and this is for the girls and I love the girls. Demons. Those girls are demons. Those are the type of girls that behind your back, if you had a crush on a guy, they'll go after him. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck at all. I had a friend identify as a girl's girl, and when I went on my first date with Mr. Manhattan, she was like, oh my God, he's so funny and cute. What if we both went on the date together and he just picked which one of us he liked best? And I was like, excuse me, what the fuck did you just say to me? Didn't you identify as a girl's girl? I will slit your throat and drink your fucking blood. You're not coming on my first date with my future husband. That's not how this works. Oh my God. And then when we started falling in love with each other, she's like, I hate to tell you this, but you're getting love bombed. I hate that I'm going to have to be the one to pick up all the shattered pieces after he breaks your heart. I'm not a girl's girl. I just want to be on record. I'm not a girl's girl. I don't like that many girls. I can't let these hoes too close to me. Bitches be tripping quite frequently. And anyone who has ever proclaimed to be a girl's girl behind closed doors, they ain't. They ain't. They're a girl's girl for the camera, and that's it. They don't really give a fuck about girls at all. At all. And I don't want to say that I give a fuck about girls at all. I do. I love women. I love female friendships when they're reciprocal and they go both ways. That's great. But I'll cut a hoe out so fast. Once I see your weird bitch behavior, I'm done. I'm good. I don't care. We don't need to fucking have closure, make nice. We don't have to. Because I know who the fuck you are and you know who the fuck you are. Your mask slipped, babe. Your mask slipped and the whole world will soon see it if they haven't already. So that's just my let's break the facade on girls for this week. This week and this week only. I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a girl's girl. I have some more funny stuff to tell you guys, but I feel like we need to get to word of the week. We need to get to word of the week. I'll tell you the funny stories. Next week. All right, here we go. Eyes closed. I did just say eyes closed. My eyes were not closed. Here, I'll do it eyes closed for real. There we go. Sorry. No, I wasn't lying to you. I just lied to your face. You guys are like, bitch, there's a camera on you. I can see that you're lying to me. Okie dokie. We are going to do recumbent. It's an adjective. It means lying down. Recumbent can also mean inactive. Oscar lay on the bench, recumbent beneath the warm Hawaiian sun. Recumbent, R-E-C-U-M-B-E-N-T, recumbent, lying down. Don't they usually say recumbent senators? That means people that are inactive. Recumbent congressmen. I feel like those words go together nicely. Anyway, that's the word of the week. And I love you guys so much. And hand in hand, we are going to get through this together. Nobody DM'd me for bad advice. I was looking out for it. But if you guys don't want that anymore, that's okay. I can just yap for an hour. I don't give a fuck at all. Nothing matters. We're all going to die. Keep that in mind. I love you so much. I'll talk to you in 5 minutes. Okay, bye.